And staying on that story, India's BJP candidate Om Birla has secured a second term as Speaker of the Indian Parliament. A motion supporting his win ended paralysis between the National Democratic Alliance and the opposition-led India bloc.
सदन में आलोचना हो, विचार व्यक्त हो, अभिव्यक्ति हो, लेकिन गतिरोध सदन की परंपरा नहीं है। बेल में आना सदन की परंपरा नहीं है। मेरी कोशिश रहेगी कि जो संसदीय मर्यादा है उसके पालन करने की जिम्मेदारी आपने मुझे दी है और मैं उसका पालन करूंगा।
In a rare moment of camaraderie, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with opposition leader Rahul Gandhi, were seen escorting Om Birla to the Lok Sabha Speaker's chair. PM Modi congratulated Mr. Birla, saying he looks forward to his leadership over the next 5 years. The India bloc had fielded Kodi Kunil Suresh, an 8-term MP from Kerala, to contest the post. Mr. Gandhi says he hopes Mr. Birla remains fair in his duties as the newly elected Speaker.
This House represents the voice of India's people. And you, Speaker Sir, are the final arbiter of that voice. Of course, the government has political power, but the opposition also represents the voice of India's people.
And for more, Neha Poonia joins us live from New Delhi. Neha, of course, we're looking at recent election results. They were less positive than expected for the BJP, and yet its speaker, its backed speaker, that's Om Birla, now he has emerged victorious in this particular vote. What does that say about the BJP's continued influence in government and parliament?
Well, in many ways, this was the first political test for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's come back to power for a rare third term, but without a complete majority, which is why he needed his allies to vote along party lines to ensure that, his party's speaker candidate was actually elected. Most experts agree that, with the BJP's allies, aligned with it, it was very unlikely that Om Birla would have lost that vote. But what was interesting was that this was only the third time in India's parliamentary history that a vote was conducted for the post of Speaker. Usually this is a consensus position that's filled after reaching an agreement between the governing party and the opposition, but the opposition says because the government denied them the post of Deputy Speaker as is convention, they were forced to field a candidate and forced to ensure that there was a contest. There was a voice vote, and the opposition says they did not force a vote by numbers because they wanted to still ensure there was a spirit of consensus in the House. But after that brief moment of harmony where Prime Minister Modi and Rahul Gandhi, who is now the leader of opposition officially in Lok Sabha, in the lower house of parliament, we saw how there were protests and jeers from the opposition benches when Om Birla, the new speaker, spoke of an emergency that was imposed by Rahul Gandhi's party 5 decades ago, criticizing that from his new post of speaker. The Congress has said that this goes against the convention and the rules of the House, and they've accused Prime Minister Modi of speaking of wanting consensus but still using the post of Speaker to politicize things.
And of course, we're looking at a footage right now of India's opposition leader, but another prominent opposition figure in India is Arvind Kejriwal, also Chief Minister of New Delhi. His legal struggles, today he has been formally arrested. His legal team saying that they're accusing the BJP of hatching a conspiracy involving the Central Bureau of Investigation. Any details on that?
That's right. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal's wife spoke to the media here in Delhi a short while ago when she said that the entire state machinery is being misused by Prime Minister Modi's government to ensure that Arvind Kejriwal does not get out of jail. He was granted bail by a lower court in Delhi last week, but the Enforcement Directorate, which is the financial crimes watchdog in India that's currently probing a case of alleged kickbacks received by Kejriwal, managed to get a stay from the Delhi High Court. Arvind Kejriwal had also approached the Supreme Court challenging that stay, but just moments before that case could be picked up by the Supreme Court, the CBI, the Central Bureau of Investigation, arrested him. Now, his party claims this was done deliberately to ensure that Kejriwal didn't walk out of jail today, saying that the CBI had a sense that perhaps the Supreme Court would intervene on behalf of the opposition leader. Now, they're alleging that this is a fake case against Kejriwal, and that he's being kept behind bars because he's a prominent opposition leader. And they're talking about how this has painted a picture of dictatorship in the country. But of course, Prime Minister Modi's party has denied these allegations. They're saying the law is simply taking its own course.
Oh, thanks, Neha Poonia, speaking to us live there from New Delhi.